What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new videos that come out here every day, and I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here. We got a lot to talk about here. Multiple different states are sending out stimulus checks, proposing stimulus checks, pausing the gas tax in their state, or proposing that here as well, or multiple different things to combat inflation. And the president calling on basically the same thing here as well. Let's go over a lot of different things here. Basically, I'm trying to keep you up to date here with everything as it's coming in here on a daily basis. So let's jump right in. Okay, first we'll start with the state of Connecticut. Connecticut officials are urging eligible families to apply for the child tax rebate because Connecticut just passed a child tax credit for the state of Connecticut. A lot of states have their own child tax credit. That's right. So if you're from Connecticut, there's a state child tax credit. Check this out.
Is running out for hundreds of thousands of families in our state to get a check from the state for $250 for each child they have. News 8's Darren Kramer is live in our New Haven newsroom now with today's reminder from the governor. Darren?
Well, Dennis, about half of the families eligible for that rebate have applied. That means there are still thousands of families who have that money coming but still need to sign up for it. Today, Governor Lamont, surrounded by lawmakers, members of his administration, and heads of some nonprofit groups, held a news conference to get that word out. They say at a time when money is so tight for so many families, this is an opportunity they should not miss out on.
Don't leave this money behind. This money is yours. You already paid taxes on it. Come and claim it. We will send you a check in August, and that check will help you.
You give a little break to parents, give a little break, help those parents get through a tough inflationary period, and give them a little bit of extra help.
The deadline to apply is the end of July. The max rebate is $250 per child for up to 3 kids. Here are the rules now. You have to be, if you file single or married but file taxes separately, you have to make $100,000 or less. If you file as head of household, you have to make $160,000 or less. And married filing jointly, you have to make $200,000 or less to get those rebates.
Yeah, so $250 per child for the state of Connecticut. You probably just need to file a state tax return for Connecticut. Even if you don't file tax returns normally, you might just want to file one this year. Okay, so to keep that in mind, that's why the governors are urging you to do it, because you'll get $250 per child. And a lot of times there are other things you might be able to get, like the earned income tax credit, also known as the adult tax credit, which is for low income adults. That you might be able to get as well, or other type of tax rebates as well. So keep that in mind. You also might be able to get some of the state stimulus checks as well. I see a lot of comments. Some states require you to file a state tax return. Some states have other systems where they're finding ways to pay people who don't normally file. Some states are doing it through, they're doing a special system where they'll look you up through the DMV. For your driver's license through the state, or a couple other means. If I see that, I'll try to mention it for your specific state. But a lot of states are requiring you to file, not all states, but some states are requiring you to file a tax return because they need to know how much you earn. They need to know if you make below the income requirement. So just keep that in mind. But if you don't normally file a tax return, that doesn't mean you can't. You can just go ahead and file a state tax return. Sometimes, or a lot of times, you can do that for free. You just have to kind of look into it. You might be able to do it online through your state's website or something like that, or walk into a local tax place. Maybe it costs you $50, but like if you're getting a tax or a stimulus check from their state, like, $2,000, $500, $1,000, Maine's $850 check that they just passed, I mean, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. And even if you don't normally file, I get a lot of people that say, well, Jimmy, I don't file. I'm not required to file. That doesn't mean you can't file. You might just want to file. And again, I don't know everybody's situation. I'm talking to thousands of people every single day. I've talked to millions of people over the course of all my videos. Everybody's different, but it might be something you want to talk to if you have a family member who does taxes and knows your specific tax situation, or just walk into like a H&R Block or something, or call somebody from your state if you have a state policy center, tax center, something like that. Call them up and see. I'm just trying to help as many people as possible. And, this is just kind of the easiest way for me to explain it. I hope that helps. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll try to address it in upcoming videos. And plus, our community here is absolutely amazing. If you ever read the comment section, we have one of the warmest communities here in the comment section. And you literally read the comment section, you'll see people saying, "God bless you." Hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much. You ever read our comment section? We have like the warmest. We call ourselves an extended YouTube family because we're literally like a large family here. Okay, next up, inflation relief on aisle 4. Shoppers calling aisle 4. The state of Illinois to eliminate grocery tax for a year, beginning on July 1st. So not that far away. Yeah, so for a whole year, that's not bad. Yeah, individuals and families in Illinois will soon get some relief when the state temporarily eliminates its tax on groceries for an entire year. For an entire year. Beginning on July 1st, Illinois will suspend its 1% tax on retail sales of groceries. This will last through June 30th, 2023, and this will no longer be taxed. So probably mean you might save couple $100 over the course of the year. I seen another state that said that, and that's what it meant for the other states. So it's probably going to mean a couple $100 extra in your pocket. The state of Kansas is another state that has a grocery tax, but recent legislation will phase out the state's 6.5% grocery tax beginning on January 1st. The grocery tax will be lowered to 4%. And in 2024, the tax will be reduced to 2%. And finally, it will reach 0% by 2025. So this looks like a permanent grocery tax reduction for the state of Kansas. And it's going to be starting here on January 1st. So this is actually a really good one for the state of Kansas. I know it's going to go down here in stages, and it's going to start on January. But this is a really good one because it looks to be permanent. So that's a really good one for the state of Kansas. And this is also really good because this also helps, these type of things help low and middle income the most because, that's who it hurts the most. Wealthy people don't, that type of tax doesn't hurt them at all. It's the people who are low and middle income who it hurts the most. So, good job on Kansas for eliminating that. Mississippi will gradually lower the state income tax beginning in 2023. So they're going to do that as well. The state of Iowa will also see changes to the state income tax rate. By 2026, all residents will pay a flat rate tax of 3.9%. That is one of the few states, if not the only state, that I have actually seen a flat rate tax. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. So that is very, very interesting. A flat rate tax system for the state of Iowa. Very interesting. And many people are wondering, are we in a recession already? Are we going into a recession? Is there any way to avoid a recession with inflation just and gas prices and food prices, everything just going up? And how long is it going to go up with, the Russian war and the Ukraine war just seems like it's going to drag on for a long time with really no end in sight. The other kind of issue there is that is there going to be an out for Putin, a way for him to end the war and for him to basically be able to go back to Russia and say, well, we found our objective, and not go back there and look like a loser. Um, without that ending, oil and gas is going to stay high or extra high, higher than what it could be, right? I mean, we know that's not the only reason that gas and oil is high, but I mean, since they put troops on the border, it basically skyrocketed since that day. I mean, we know that there's maybe some other causes there as well, but that's definitely one of the causes. And you can see here, World Bank chief says it will be very hard for some countries to avoid a recession. Yeah. So remember, this is going on all over the world. It's not just the US. In fact, many countries all around the world are paying much higher gas prices than the US. The G7 right now is in Germany. And for example, the price of gas in Germany, based on their most recent prices, this is kind of the website that I always get them from here, in US dollars and equated to gallons, because they use liters here, is $7.53 a gallon. Yeah, so yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, a lot of places are much, much more than the US here. So Germany's gas prices, where the G7 is, where President Biden is right now, their gas price is $7.53 a gallon. The US here is right now is 489. 489. So we've actually come down here. You can see here a week ago we were 498, and we've come down almost 10 cents in a week. And of course, diesel basically has not moved. It's come down 2 cents. It's just unbelievable, right? It's just, and this is oil. Oil's actually come down pretty dramatically here. So I mean, you look here, the price of WTI crude is down to 110. So this was up over 120, and so we've come down $10 a barrel or more here. Brent crude at 116. Both of these have come down pretty dramatically. And yet you look at this, the price of diesel has come down 2 cents. 2 cents, right? And you look at, yeah, it's 2 cents down from the high. The high was 581 and 501. And, diesel's still at 579 and a half. So despite the price of oil coming down, these gas companies and major oil companies, they don't really lower the price very much. No matter how much the price of oil comes down, they're just like, yeah, we're just going to charge you whatever we want, basically, right? Yeah. Or maybe they lower the price of regular gas 10 cents, and they're like, yeah, we're passing on the savings. We lowered it 10 cents for you guys, right? And this is part of the reasons why you can see here, World Bank chief says it will be very hard for some countries to avoid a recession, and probably the US as well. He said it will be very difficult for some countries to avoid a recession given global economic forces. And he says how some countries can avoid a recession, noting the far-reaching headwinds caused by Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. It's going to be very hard to do that. I think leadership from stronger countries is very important. Adding that central banks have more tools than they did during the 2008 recession, noting that the strongest countries were equipped with huge bond portfolios that could be deployed to ramp up manufacturing, and that the US is the world's biggest economy and can increase production more than anybody else. And so that becomes one of the key variables in the outlook. The world needs practically everything that the US makes, and that there needs to be a process to really boost that production. But financial experts have warned that the U.S. may enter a recession due to steep inflation exacerbated by Russia's war on Ukraine and the Federal Reserve raising interest rates to try to keep inflation down. And this is why the Russian war is so important, and also so that World War III doesn't happen because, well, God help us all if that happens, because they have nukes. It's not going to be like World War II or World War One, where it actually could help the economy, because if nukes are deployed and there's a nuclear exchange back and forth, there's going to be no winners. I mean, if you look at the war so far, there's been no winners at all. I mean, who's winning so far in this war? High inflation, high gas prices, recessions. Who's winning? Nobody's winning. Russia's not winning. Ukraine's not winning. The U.S. isn't winning. High $7.50, $8 gas in Europe. I mean, even Canada's over $6 a gallon gas. Nobody's winning. Literally nobody's winning. So this war isn't creating, like, you think about like at the end of World War One and the end of World War II, like we had an economic boom. There's no economic boom. It's recession. So imagine if World War III happens, and then we're talking about countries that all have nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles. This time around, it's not. We don't. It's not a good scenario. It's not even a good scenario now. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. And click the bell icon after you subscribe so you get notifications when we go live with new videos, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date here with everything. You can click here to see my newest stimulus check video. There's multiple states sending out checks right now. So you can click that video next, and you can also click this video here if you have student loans or know anybody that does. There is billions of dollars that were just forgiven. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.